Okay. The live stream is started. October 13th. Welcome.
Yesterday, I couldn't get time to express my views, and we got late. So can I put my views now?
Go for it.
Okay, thank you, James. So in the previous classes, I think every day, but sometimes I spoke in some meetings, some calls, Zoom calls, but most of the time I wanted to speak, and I prepared notes, also some points from the previous speakers, but at the same time, I unmuted myself, and other member also would unmute himself or herself, and then I would go back. I would mute myself, and I would let other member to speak. Yeah, sometimes I got chance to speak, but many times, and I think it's my nature, because I don't like to speak at the same time. If someone is speak, and I think someone is interfering me, then I don't like to speak at the same time. And again, I wait for next time, for next turn. But again, I missed so many turns, so many times. But at that time, I couldn't say. And sometimes even is without speaking a single word, some classes finished. And at that time also, I thought I'd speak tomorrow in tomorrow's meeting, tomorrow's school, like that. I would I would convince myself like this. I would console myself like this. And then yesterday, I was trying to give this type of reason, but now my dog is barking here and it's disturbing me. So I think, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can also hear your dog.
Yeah, dog is barking outside. Sometimes the background noise also disturb me a lot here, because I'm here with my family and my son and my wife sometimes, and they talk here and I have to pay attention towards them. Then I miss some points of the speaker. And at that time also, I find it difficult to summarize the previous person. Now I think that's where it's disturbing us. Yeah. So these were the reasons for me not to speak. I could speak at that time, but I would let other members to speak, and I would love to speak later, but time would be over. Yesterday, I couldn't get time to say only this thing, because we ran out of our time. That's why I said, okay. That is from my side, James. So anybody else?
Ramesh, I want to summarize you. Ramesh, you said the reasons that sometimes you do not speak in this group. Sometimes you do not like to interfere others while they are speaking. simultaneously you don't want to speak with others. You gave others the time to speak, to express themselves. And sometimes when you have time, you speak. Sometimes there are some other things like your dog or maybe some children. They keep interfering you and you cannot summarize others. And like your dog barked right now here. And sometimes when you want to talk, there's not enough time. Time is actually over. And that's why you cannot talk. That's all. Am I right?
Yes, Yamok, you are 100% right.
Okay, thanks very much. And about myself, I should say that I really try to talk about the topics that the students or the learners, everybody bring here. And I really want to talk, whether the topic can be about some social issues, sometimes that can be about something within this group. We always encounter these issues, and I try to be an active member of this group. And sometimes when I see others, I truly respect the rules, and I listen to them, and then I summarize them as I did for you. And after that, I talk. Thanks very much. Anyone else?
And you are an active member. You try to be an active member, and you are a very active member. You're both very active members. And Ramesh, I think you're bringing up the issue of how you would like to participate. Would you like to listen or would you like to speak?
Yeah, James, I like to speak and I like to check you because you said you both are active, but I saw a little bit smile on your face.
You have a mind read of me.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
okay. We easily get mind reads of other people. So what kind of reaction did you have seeing a smile on my face?
So, if you don't mind, I think it's a little bit sarcastic.
No, not at all.
Thank you. Thank you. Then I'm very happy because you announced us here as very active members, but
I'm not being
I can't-
sarcastic at all.
Thank you. Thank you, James.
You're just very active.
Yeah, I like to be very active and I like to take some classes also, but sometimes yeah, I don't have this type of idea to schedule my class. And then now, just right now, I have this my LCD problem also on laptop. It's almost not completely broken, but just I can see only half part of my screen. That's why I can't share my screen. And anyway, I like to run or take a open conversation class like you, James, you do daily. And I'm very happy with that type of technique because I like to speak and I like to listen to other members because they can express their views and different views. And it helps me a lot for my spoken English because at the right time and I have to use my words and vocabularies and my intonation on everything. And I learned from our group members also, and especially I learned many things from you, James, daily. Yesterday only I
Ramesh,
noted down almost 3-4 points from you. Yeah, James.
I just have a feeling this is not, I could be wrong, but I just have a feeling that it might be a good idea for you to slow down.
Okay.
I actually, I know you're talking about listening a lot, but I think that you could actually benefit from listening a little bit more. I could be wrong. My sense is you're missing something. When right now listening to you, I could be wrong. But we had a few people come into the room, Nargiz and Azita and Fatima, and this is not just for you, Ramesh. I have the impression that we as a group might benefit from speaking for shorter amounts of time, and then hearing from others, and then coming in again, rather than talking for a very long time. Would you like to try that?
Okay, James. Thank you. Yeah, last time I saw this type of let's say blame or comment, even from Munmi, and I think
Yes.
Nelly. Yeah,
Yes.
and from that moment, I tried to control myself, and I didn't like to speak for so long time, but I don't know, because I like to speak a lot. That's why
Yes.
unconsciously, it's not my intentional speech, but unintentionally I take a long time. So from this moment, I'll try. And if I take long, then somebody can interfere me very easily. I don't mind it. I'll be happy somebody interferes me. It's okay.
You'd be happy if what? If somebody interrupted you?
Yeah, interrupts me.
No, I interrupted you and you're ignoring me. So nobody's going to interrupt you. I'm asking you to interrupt yourself. Interrupt is not really the right word, though. It's not that I want you to interrupt yourself. It's hard to pinpoint. But no, I'm not asking you. I'm definitely not asking you to talk so much that other people want to interrupt you. I don't know why that would be useful.
In my country, if the leader speaks low, then the
Did you hear that,
anchor,
Ramesh?
Yeah. Then anchor
What do you mean? Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah.
Gives a little seat. You have to finish within 1 minute, or you have to finish within 2-3 minutes. Okay. Return. There's a little seat on the paper. But okay. Yeah, I have to speak short. Then now.
You don't have to.
Anybody else?
You don't have to, Ramesh. See, if you think that you have to do it, it's kind of meaningless. That's why I'm checking in with you, Ramesh, if it has any meaning to you. If it doesn't, it's going to be meaningless. It won't have any, you know.
So which one is better to you? Suit?
That's what I'm asking you to figure out.
Okay, then I like to use suit. It's very more suitable here, I think, because have to create or bring another meaning.
Yeah. You might. That's what I'm suggesting. you might find out that through shorter, but not, see, you were describing kind of being silent for the whole call or talking for a long time. And I'm suggesting something that is a third option, which is a short share, but then participating along the way at different moments.
So now I'm stuck.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you stuck with?
I'm stuck with the idea, and I should stop here and I should say anybody else. And then I can join
Yeah,
later.
you could do,
Somebody later.
you could do that. I don't know why you say you're stuck with that. Is that what you want to do? Or are you just following my instructions?
Yeah, I like to follow your instruction and excuse me, James. I have to take a call. That's why I'm sorry for that. Just for one.
Yes, Ramesh. No, that's not what I was saying. Well, you misunderstood. Yeah, I was trying to, you didn't let me speak for even at all. Yeah, okay, goodbye.
Hello.
Hi. Go ahead.
It's interesting, really. When Ramesh had a call, then leave the session. I have something more important than you. Now it's my turn to do my own job. If we compare what he's doing and what he's really doing in this group, in this session, I mean, that's speaking, and he has a desire to speak a long time. And then when he finds something more important, leave that and don't care about others and do his own job. And I agree that talking in a short time and give the chance to others is better than being silent for a long time and waiting for others, as Ramesh said yesterday, and I watched YouTube yesterday, and or speaking. And I noticed that Ramesh always, when he starts talking, nobody can stop him. He speak for a long time, and it's boring, I think. So balance is more better to. I like, for example, to give as a teacher 1 minute or 2 minutes to a person to talk, equal amount of time for every person. If they can't count it, otherwise it's better I be careful about what I'm saying. Everyone like self-organized time for myself, and then give the chance to others to speak. Anyone else?
Hi, Alyssa. Can you guys hear me?
Hi, Alyssa. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I just like to make a quick comment about your video that you shared, I think the other night, that you attended an online class of an Arabian online school. You talked about the importance of drama and script writing for learning English. I think that is a great way. I agree. And because for me, we're already actors in life. And if we incorporate this into learning English, I think it would be more effective. In drama, it also involves like the intonation, how you deliver your speech. For example, like James is great. James is great. James is great. James is great. So, those subtle tonalities gives a different meaning. So that's my take on it. Thank you.
And do you like literature?
I love improv.
Okay. You like
Yeah.
creating your own stories.
That yeah, my stories they can be like crazy and trivial at times, but that's just my head. So, anyone else?
Yes, Elisa. As you said, I also watched YouTube, on YouTube, the session that James had a lecture in Arabian teachers. And they talked about using literature and drama in their class. It's beautiful if we can do it here, make a story of our life, because every one of us have a story. We have a story in our literature or our personal life. We can start playing or just reciting and saying that story, and then someone else can about one specific topic, tell his story or her story, and it's great in this class or in real class. Teaching through a story, or no, just teaching a story for a story, not for learning a language. And we have a literature full of great stories, and I think every country has a literature and great stories, so we can use in our class. Beautiful. Anyone else?
Hello.
Zoom.
Yes, this is Songbo. Yes. I'm sorry and I'm late to join this group. That's why I would like to ask what is happening right now? What is the topic? I would like to know.
Zoom.
Yes.
I am noticing a pattern. Every time a pattern. Yes, a pattern. Something that happens in the same way. I notice you have asked that question every time you join the class, maybe. What is happening here? What is the topic?
Yes, I need to know to discuss, to participate.
Okay. That's okay. Let's help you know the topic.
Now there is no topic.
Oh, I thought there was a topic.
Okay, we are going feed.
Yeah, Zoom.
Okay.
Zoom.
Yes.
Yes. One or the other. Either you know there's no topic or you want to know what the topic is. Which is it? Can I tell you? I'm about to tell you the topic here. The topic is drama and literature. Alyssa said she likes improv drama, and Fatima said she likes using stories and drama to learn. Do you know literature? It's like books, stories like Shakespeare and Mark Twain. That's the topic. Maybe you want to join that topic. Maybe you like to read.
No, I don't like reading.
Oh.
I don't. but I'm trying to read the book.
What book?
I, more of the book that I have read is motivational book. I just read the motivational book.
Okay.
I don't have the technique or the new something from the book. I just book for the motivation.
Okay. You read motivational books.
Yes.
That is different than literature, but you could talk about that, what you've gotten from motivational books. Would you like to?
Yes. Actually, I don't like reading book, but most of the time I just watch the video, a motivation video. If I don't have a motivation video, and I look for the motivational book, and you will you won't know the other of what the other that I like. I am from the Myanmar. That is the Burmese writer. You won't know that other name, that other about the other because
I won't
yeah.
know if you don't tell me. That's true. And if you tell
Yes.
me, I still, maybe I don't know, but then I would learn.
Manuba Mazari, Malala. I just read a lot about the Malala.
Yeah. And what
Yes.
do they say?
Malala say, and there is a quote that is very popular, and that is, one child, one teacher, and one student can change the world. And that education is fair. Education is one of the solution. That's Malala said.
Education is a solution to changing the world.
Yes.
I see. Yeah.
Yes.
And is
And then
that motivating to you? You
yes,
feel
it is.
motivated to learn from reading that?
Yes. And then also Manuba Mazari. Do you know that woman, Manuba Mazari? Have you ever heard about the Manuba Mazari? He is the Pakistan woman from the Pakistan.
No, I
He is.
don't know.
She is disabled. Disabled, and I got so motivation from her. He speak up for the children and for the woman. He speak up for the equality, and she is very famous. I think you will know her.
I don't think I know her. Sorry,
No,
but
you are
but
making
like you said, she's famous. She's advocating for equal rights, and she is disabled.
yes, she's disabled. Can I share about her life?
No, I think you've shared enough.
Huh?
I said no.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Did you want to keep sharing?
Yes. I would like to
Oh.
share about. Oh, okay. If you are not agree with that, it's okay.
How about you try what I suggested for Ramesh, which is see if there's a response to what you've said so far, because you've said a lot. See if there's any response in the group and get some company. That's just my suggestion. rather than talking for too long.
Yes.
Good. Azita writes, Malala Yosef.
Zong, I want to summarize you. Zong, you said that you are not interested in literature somehow, but you read books, and sometimes you try to read motivational books, and you watch videos on YouTube, maybe motivational videos, and you like Malala Yousafzai. When she is talking and advocating the right for education, and you believe that education is the way, a solution for changing the world, as you quote something from her, and you like Mazari, I really do not know, disabled women, and she is talking about this different things, and you get motivation from her, and that's why you like to read motivational books and these things. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now I want to say something a little bit about this issue about motivational things, because we had a session in this group about motivational, and I asked lots of these respected members where did they get their motivation, and some of the members said motivation is something that comes from a person's inside. When you are not willing to do something, some external things cannot change the way that you want to do the things. That's all. Since I do not want to talk a lot, and I want anyone else.
Hi, Munmi. Hi, Islam.
Hi, James. Hi, everyone. I just saw the YouTube video and then jump in here, knowing that the class is going on. And I heard about drama and I couldn't resist and I jump in.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also very attracted to the idea of exploring some drama or literature together. It's kind of hard to make a choice what story to look at. I love Shakespeare, but my impression is that with this group, a playwright who writes in modern English might be more useful.
Yeah, and also even if we talk on those Shakespeare's playwright plays in the I mean old English, then also I think we will learn something about the ancient English too, or through action play. If we play Hamlet,
Yeah,
we play, yeah, it will be
Well-
very interesting.
well, maybe, maybe what we can do is just look at a lot, like an assortment. So it wouldn't hurt to look at a little bit of Shakespeare.
Mm.
So yesterday in the middle of the day, Munmi and Aso and Arif and I were looking at a little bit of a scene from the Shakespeare play Twelfth Night. And the play is about, it's a romantic comedy. So there's a duke who's in love with a lady, and she is not in love with him. And then there's a woman who is a castaway, right? Her boat has crashed upon the shore, and she is in a new land, and she's looking for a job, so she pretends to be a man to get a job. And she falls in love with the Duke, but she's hiding. She's not able to be honest about it. And then the Duke, the woman that the Duke is in love with, she falls in love with the cast. So it's a big circle. Everybody is in love with somebody else. Nobody is in love with the person who is in love with them back. I want to read some Shakespeare. I don't know about you, if you would find that interesting.
Yes, I'm interested.
You're interested?
Yes, because I think only I have read Hamlet and Macbeth, but not all those Shakespeare's dramas. So I'm interested. And I'm also interested in Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. I really want to play that. I like the story. I like the characters. But I don't remember much. Yeah.
Wuthering Heights, very famous novel.
Yeah.
I have never read it though.
I like it. And also Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. We can play here. We have a lot of characters here. It will be fun.
Go ahead, Alyssa.
I'm just making a side comment. I'm sorry if I'm not showing my face because something just came up. But yeah, I'm down if you guys want to do a play in the future.
Is Pride and Prejudice a play or a novel?
That's
It's
a
a
novel.
novel.
It's a novel. That's what I thought. Would you like to look at some of that right now? Yeah?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
we can.
okay.
Great.
Let's do it. So I put the link to 12th Night in the poetry channel of Discord. I'll share it with you in the chat here. Twelfth Night. So I will also share my screen in case you do not have access for some reason. And the characters for Act 1, Scene 1 in Duke Orsino's palace are Duke Orsino and Curio. And then soon Valentine. So I will play Duke Orsino. Who would like to play Curio? And who would like to
I will.
play? Yeah, you would like to play Curio? And who would
Yeah.
like to play Valentine?
Wait, I
I
will play
can.
Valentine.
You will play Valentine. Okay, Moonmi. And who will play Curio?
I will.
Who said that?
Nagis.
And Nargis. Okay. So let me just fix my screen.
What's my name? Is it Curio?
Curio.
Okay.
Okay. 12th Night, Act 1, Scene 1, Duke Orsino's Palace. These are called the stage directions. Would anybody like to read the stage directions? The things, right, when a character leaves, when a character enters, when the scene changes, these are called the stage directions. Would anybody like to read the stage directions?
What is written between replics, right?
Yeah, just like I did. Just like I did, written in between the huh?
Should I read it?
You're gonna read the stage directions, Siamak? Great. Go ahead.
Okay. Enter Duke, Orsino, Curio, and other lords. Musicians attending.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came over my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea, not enters here, of what validity and pitch soever, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute so full of shapes, is fancy that it alone is high fantastical. Curio.
Will go on, my lord.
What, Curio?
The heart.
Why, so I do. The noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia's first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires like fell, and cruel hounds ever since pursue me. Stage directions.
Enter Valentine.
How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years heat, shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloistress, she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round, which I often ding bring. All this to season a brother's death love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame to pay this debt of her love, but to a brother, how will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her, when liver and brain and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied and filled, her sweet perfections with one self king, away before me to sweet beds of flowers, love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers. So let's look at that really quickly. What's going on? What is your understanding of it?
It was difficult for me to understand. I never read this difficult English, so I'm just familiar with modern English, not this kind of literature. So I understood a little bit, not much.
Okay.
But it was beautiful with your voice when you recited. It was nice. Thank you.
If
And,
music, it's, go ahead.
Yeah, Duke is in love, and he wants some music in. He wants to listen to some music, or listen, or sing, or play.
Yeah.
And Curia is being kind of stupid. Maybe he wants maybe distract his attention to draw his attention somewhere else. He asks him to go to hunt, and Duke becomes even more angry. That's all. For now.
Yeah. So Shakespeare loves words. Shakespeare loves to play with words, and he uses. Anipa, are you talking to us, or I'm going to mute you? Okay. If music be the food of love, play on, right? Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. Right? He says, it's like, play the music, because love feeds on music. And maybe if love keeps feeding, if we play enough music, then I will not be in love anymore, because I cannot take it anymore. I'm in love. I can't take it anymore. I want my appetite for this woman to die. My appetite is too strong. Maybe if you play the music enough, just keep playing the music, then I will stop feeling so lovesick. It came over my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor, enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet as it was before. Right? He fell in love and it was very sweet. But now he's in love and it won't end, and he's in love and it's not sweet anymore. It's making him feel sick. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity, you receiveth like the sea, naught enters there, of what validity and pitch soever, but falls into abatement and low price. Right? So love is like this. Love is like the sea. Everybody falls into love. Nobody can escape it. It's large and wide, and it takes everything in. And then when you get in there, it is low. It falls into abatement and has low price. It has no value. Even in a minute full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical. So it's his speech about love as being unique, a unique experience. And you're right, Nargiz, Curio is trying to help his lord and distract him and say, oh, why don't you go hunting? You'll feel better. Do something that, get your mind off of all this love talk. And again, a play on words. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling that this word, the heart, is probably has a double meaning, like a rabbit, right? So he's saying, yeah, go chase some rabbits. But actually, he's playing, the word sounds like heart. So he's saying, yeah, well, actually, that's what I'm doing. I am chasing a heart. I'm already chasing, right? He cannot get his mind off of the love. So I'm chasing a rabbit. I'm chasing the rabbit that I'm in love with.
Jameson.
Yeah.
I just searched the word heart. It is written as a male deer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a deer, a male
Male
deer,
deer. Yeah.
a male deer. Right. So it's like I said, the target of the hunt. It's a double play on this idea of hunting a woman or hunting the person you're in love with. Why so I do, the noblest that I have, mine eyes did see Olivia first. She purged the air of pestilence. Pestilence is a modern word. What is pestilence? Disease, sickness. COVID is a pestilence. It's the atmosphere of death and the atmosphere of something darkened, right? The air of pestilence. When he sees his love, he is relieved of that. He feels fresh and alive again. That instant was I turned into a heart, and my desires fell like fell and cruel hounds. Fell means kind of cruel, dangerous, and a hound, you know, is a dog that you take hunting with you. So his desire for women, his desire for this woman, Olivia, is hunting him. He is not the hunter. He is being hunted by his own desires. And he's saying, yes, my desires, they chase me everywhere. All I can think about is her. And like dogs, they harass me and hound me and they won't leave me alone. And so then Valentine comes in and he's right. His messenger comes in. And he says, what news? What news from the woman? Is there anything for me? Any emails for me? And Valentine says, so please, my lord, I might not be admitted, right? She wouldn't let me in. I went to go talk to Lady Olivia, but she wouldn't talk to me. But from her handmaid, from her female servant, I got something. She told me an answer. The element itself till 7 years heat shall not behold her face at ample view. So for some reason, Lady Olivia is hiding away like a cloistress. Cloisters is like a monastery, maybe for women. It's like a place where the women will seclude themselves. They won't go out and nobody will see them, and they live in there, secluded. So a cloistress is a woman who is a member of the cloisters, and so Lady Olivia is going to do that. She's not coming out. She won't see anybody for 7 years. That's her plan. She says, I'm just gonna stay alone for the next 7 years. Why? Well, we find out it's because her brother is dead. Lady Olivia's brother is dead, and she wants to keep fresh and lasting her sad remembrance. Right? She's in a period of mourning. She's announcing that she's going to enter a period of mourning to honor and respect her dead brother, and because of that, she will not see anybody. And so then Duke Orsino responds, oh my gosh, that it just makes him love her more. He says, if she is so dedicated to her brother, how much more she will be even more dedicated to the man that she marries. So that's, he likes that idea. She that hath a heart of that fine frame, right? Fine frame. Frame is like structure. She has a fine heart. She has a fine character. To pay this debt of love to a brother. How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else, that live in her, when liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied and filled, her sweet perfections with one self king, away before me to sweet beds of flowers, love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers. He's going to go to bed thinking about her. Any questions about this? There's plenty of language, word, vocabulary, and phrases that you would probably find unfamiliar. Don't worry about it. The point is not to have perfect understanding. The point is to have just almost a fleeting understanding. It's like you get a taste of what's going on. And some of it, it's almost inevitable. Some of it is going to be mysterious. You're not going to know what it is. There's plenty here that I don't understand exactly, but it's okay. We can still enjoy it and still get the main idea, which is what is important. Exunt. That's the old way of saying exit. Leave. The characters leave. The scene is over. Okay.
After
More?
You explain, yes, it's good. I can understand and it's beautiful, enjoyable. But before that, maybe I need to split before. It's difficult, but now it's great. You explain it in a modern language and understandable.
And the
for
story is
me.
also interesting.
Yes, interesting. Thank you.
Great. Scene 2. Stage directions. Stage directions.
Siamak.
Enter Viola, a captain and sailors. Sorry for that.
It's okay. So, who would like to play Viola? No one?
I would like to play viola.
Okay.
Okay.
And who would like to play the captain? I want a scene every time, so I'm going to play the captain. And any other, it's just going to be me and the captain. Let's just do me and the captain. Okay. Ready. Go.
What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Lilia? My brother is in Elysium. Perhaps is not down, round. What think you, sailors?
I'm going to try something new. I'm going to explain it as we go along. Right, so what country is this, friends? Right? Where am I? Where am I? This is Illyria. And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance means maybe. Maybe he's still alive. Maybe he's drowned. I don't know. What am I going to do here? I'm separated from my brother. It is perchance that you yourself were saved, right? You almost died yourself.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perhaps maybe may he.
True, madam, and to comfort you with chance, assure yourself after our ship did split. When you and those poor number saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope, both teaching him the practice to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Arion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see. So the captain is telling a story. He says, he says, when our ship was breaking apart and we were falling into the ocean, I saw your brother in the water, and he grabbed on to a piece of wood, and he was floating in the rough waves, and he floated away, kind of like this mythical character, Arion, who would ride on the back of a dolphin. Your brother was like that, riding away into the water, and I could see him floating away into the distance. Viola?
For saying so, there is gold, mine own escape unfolded for authority. The like of him now thou this country.
She's happy to hear the news that maybe her brother is alive. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope. Right? She's escaping herself. She lived. And she's wondering, do you know anything about this place, this new place where we have found ourselves shipwrecked? I, madam, well, for I was bred and born, not 3 hours travel from this place. Right? Yeah, I was born here, very close, 3 hours away. I know this place, says the captain. Viola.
Who governs here?
A noble duke in nature as in name.
What's the name?
Orsino.
Orsino? I've heard my father name him. He was a bastard then.
Bachelor. He was a bachelor. He's not married. He's a single man, noble man. And so is now, or was so very late. But for a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know. What great ones do the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia. Right? Captain says, yeah, you heard that he was single a long time ago? He's still single. Up until a month ago, I was here just a month ago, and he was single, right? And what he's like, why do I know that he's single? Well, because he's a noble, and everybody likes to talk about the business of the important people. That's what we're just unimportant people, and that's what we do. We just talk about, right? Like we talk about the celebrities. So yeah, everybody knows Duke is in love with Olivia. It's the celebrity gossip.
What's she?
Oh, a virtuous maid, the daughter of a count, that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company and sight of men. Right, so the daughter, she's a noble, the count is a kind of noble, like a duke or a king or a prince. He's a count. And the maids, the count died 12 months, right? 12 months is a year. The count died a year ago, and right, leaving her in the protection of his son. So that's how relationships and families ran back then. If you had a woman, she had to be kind of looked after by a man. So when the count died, it was the brother's job to look after her. But then the brother also died. So she is alone. The woman is alone, and there's no man in the family left to look after her. And obviously that's a big problem. And so, and he says, well, since all of the men died, she hath abjured the company and sight of men. Abjured means protect from, leave from, get rid of. So she is not seeing any men. Viola.
Oh, that I saw that lady and might not be delivered to the world till I had made my own occasion mellow, what my state is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit. No, not the Duke's. Would you
There
like
is
to, you have a, go ahead.
There's a fair behavior in thee, captain, and thought that nature with the beauteous wall doth oft clothes in pollution, yet of thee I'll believe thou hast a mind that suits. With this, the fair and outward character.
Let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. So this is a little bit dense. Don't worry about it too much, but she's just saying, oh, you're so nice. You're a nice guy. I prithee, I'm gonna take this over for you, Ramesh, if you don't mind. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid. Help me to conceal myself. Let me disguise myself. For such a disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent, I'll serve this Duke. Right? I'm going to serve the Duke. I will go and get a job with the Duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music. That will allow me very worth his service. What else may hap to time I will commit, only shape thou silence to my wit. Right, so he says, come on, Captain, be my conspirator. We're going to trick the Duke. You know the Duke. Tell the Duke I'm a eunuch. What's a eunuch? A eunuch is a man who has their sexual organs cut off. And they serve a purpose. There's different, it's like a job. Some of the jobs that you can get, you can only get if you are a eunuch. So obviously this woman is gonna, her voice is gonna be very high. So it's gonna be the way to pretend that that she is a man. It will explain why the man's voice has a high voice that sounds like a woman, because the sexual parts were cut off. And she's saying, oh, don't worry, I will sing for him. I will figure out what I'm going to do later, but just let's carry out this plan. Be you his eunuch, and I'll mute your bee. When my tongue blabs, then let my eyes not see, right? Yeah, okay, I'll go along with it. I will keep your secret to myself. I thank thee. Lead me on. Exeunt.
Enter Sir Toby, Blake, and Maria.
I'll be Maria.
I'll be Toby.
Go for it, Amans.
Okay. Start now, Mr. Green?
Huh?
Should I start now?
Yes.
Okay. Sir Toby Belch. What a plague means my niece. To take the death of her brother thus, I am sure cares an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier tonight. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Why? Let her accept before accepted.
Aye. But you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine. I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too, and they be not. Let them hang themselves in their own straps.
Amans, your microphone is not working properly.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it's noisy.
It's noisy and it comes in and out, and I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like your microphone or your connection is not working properly.
Is it good now?
Give it another try.
I'll give it a try. Confine. I'll confine myself no finer than I am. Is it good?
It's not good. It's coming in and out like it's muffled, and it's a little bit, it's not really pleasant to listen to. So I'm gonna ask you to step back.
Yeah, hold on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're a perfect Sir Toby. You play a great Sir Toby. Sorry.
Good.
I'm going to read Sir Toby for you.
Okay, Mr. Green. All right.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. Ah, they be not. Let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight that you brought in one night here to be her ward.
Who? Are you talking about Sir Andrew Aguecheek?
Aye, he.
He's as tall a man as any in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very full and prodigal.
Fie, that you'll say so. He plays the viol de gamboys, and speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed almost natural, for besides that he's a fool. He's a great quarreller, and but that he had the gift of a coward to allay the gust he had in quarreling. This thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add moreover his drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece, I'll drink to her as long as there is a passage in my throat, and drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn the tip like a parish top. What, wench? Castigliano vulgo, for here comes Sir Andrew Agueface. We need somebody to play Sir Andrew. Who would like to play Sir Andrew?
Me. I want to try.
Enter Sir Andrew.
All right, give it another try on Amans.
Okay, you pick me? Okay, I'll try. Sir Andrew. Sir Toby Belch. How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
Maria.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost!
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good mistress, accost. I desire better acquaintance.
You're on mute, Moonmi.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good mistress, Mary, accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And thou let part so, Sir Andrew, would thou mightst never draw sword again.
And you part so, mistress. I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Mary, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart, what's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why? I think so. I am not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. What's your jest?
A dry zest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Sir, I had them at my fingers' ends. Mary, now I let go your hand. I am barren.
Exit.
Okay. O knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think. Unless you see canary put me down, methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wheat.
No question.
And I thought I'd forswear it. I'll write home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? I would I had bestowed that time in tongues that I have in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the hearts.
Then hadst thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why? Would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it will not curl by nature.
But it becomes me well enough, does not?
Oh, excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff, and I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Fate, I'll come tomorrow. Sir Toby, your niece will not be seen, or if she's be, it's 4-1, she'll none of me. The Count himself here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the count. She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I have heard her swear it. Tut, there's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I'm a fellow or the strangest mind, the world. I delight in masques and revel sometimes all together.
Art thou good at these kickshaws, knight?
As my man in Illyria, whatsoever he be, under the degree of my betters, and yet I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence in Galliard, knight?
Fate, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton to it.
And I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
So I'm going to stop here because this is quite long and it might be a little bit difficult. I'm going to go back to the beginning of this scene and talk about it. What is happening here? Who is Maria? Who is Sir Toby? Who is Sir Andrew?
Maria is the maid.
Yeah. Maria is the maid, and who is Sir Toby? He's a relative of Olivia. He's Olivia's cousin. Remember, Olivia's father died. Olivia's brother died. Sir Toby is Olivia's cousin. And what the maid, Maria, is complaining about something. What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus. Well, this is Sir Toby. I am sure care's an enemy to life. To my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier at nights. My lady takes great exceptions to your ill hours. Sir Toby stays out late and drinks and gets drunk. And he comes home really late at night. And Maria, the maid, is complaining. She's saying, you can't do this. You can't come in late at night and drunk. It's a mess. You're not acting appropriately. And your cousin is upset about this. Right? She says, you need to be more modest. You need to behave. Sir Toby belch. What does the word belch mean? To burp. You know, like when you drink, you're like, bleh. That's belch. He's rude. He's old. He is sexual. He is offensive kind of guy. He's not modest. He likes to joke around. He's kind of like a clown. And the only person more clownish than him is his friend, Sir Andrew. These are knights, but they don't behave like knights. They behave like rude, bawdy old men. I won't, right? Confine? I'll confine. I will not confine. I will drink. I will drink as much as I need to. And she says, that quaffing is drinking, that drinking and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk, and of a foolish knight that you brought in to be her wooer, right? So her cousin is like, oh, you know, Olivia needs a boyfriend. I will set her up with my friend, Sir Andrew. And Maria is saying, this person who you have brought for Olivia is a fool. It's not that he's a bad match. He's a fool. He's a horrible match. And Sir Toby acts surprised. He's like, what? Sir Andrew? Maria's like, yeah. And Sir Toby says, he's a tall man, right? Tall has a double meaning. Tall, he is noble. He's a good man. And Maria's like, oh, really? What's so good about him? Well, he makes this much money. He has a good salary, and he can play the violin, and he can speak 4 languages. He's a good man. And Maria is not buying it. She's like, yeah, right. I don't think so. He's a fool. He starts fights. He's a coward, and he's gonna die soon because he's an idiot. That's what, yeah. 'Tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of the grave. You know, people who are smart, had seen this guy, and they know that he's in trouble. And Sir Toby acts surprised, right? Says, "What? Who said a bad word about Sir Andrew? The scoundrels and subtractors saying bad things about my friend." And Maria keeps up it. She says, "Oh yeah, and he's also drunk every night with you. We've all seen him getting drunk." And Sir Toby is creating excuses for him, saying, What? We're drinking, we're drinking to celebrate Olivia, to her good health. That's why we drink." Oh, look, here comes my friend now. And he comes in. And we see that he is a fool. He comes in, he says, "Oh, nice to meet you." There's a play of words around this word, accost. Accost means like to harass, to bother somebody. And he's an idiot. He's pretending, or he's not pretending, but he's acting like he thinks the maid's name is accost. And Sir Toby is kind of acting lewd. He's like, yeah, you should, try to marry the lady Olivia, but maybe if she doesn't work out, you can try to hook up with the maid Maria, right? Give it a try, maybe it'll work out. And right, Sir Andrew's kind of acting a little bit like coy. He's like, "Oh, I'm not going to do that." And Maria the maid, she's like, "Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm leaving. I'm going to leave you two idiots." And Sir Toby says, "Oh, and though let thou part, Sir Andrew, would thou mightest never draw sword again." Right. So this is a play on words. Sword being a double word, double meaning for penis. Right. If you don't hook up with Maria, you may never have sex again, right? Because you're going to get rejected by Olivia. You're going to get rejected by Maria, the maid. You better up your game, Sir Andrew. You're not gonna. Your chances are getting lower and lower. And another play on words. Do you think you have fools in hand? Fools in hand means, right? You think we're fools? Do you think that we're idiots? Maria says, "Yeah, I am not holding your hand, so just leave me alone. Here's my hand. Take my hand." "Yeah, no, but go go. You need another drink. Leave me alone." What's your metaphor? It's dry. Maria is not having this. She's not drinking. She's not interested in any sexual encounters with Sir Andrew, and she doesn't find their form of play interesting. It's dry. A dry jest. "Are you full of them?" "Yes, I am barren. I have no interest in you." And she leaves. And so then Sir Toby and Sir Andrew play around a little bit. They're playing with words, playing pourquoi, French word. "Oh, you're bald. Oh yeah, it's a problem. I'm bald," etc., etc. There's a lot of this. It's okay if we skip it. Okay. We know now the characters. That's really what matters. Maria the maid and these two knights, the kind of foolish knights who are hanging around Olivia's house. Scene 4, Duke Orsino's palace. Enter Valentine and Viola in man's attire, right? Viola is the shipwrecked woman who is now pretending to be a man. And Valentine. Would you like to continue?
Yes,
Okay. Who would you like to play?
me, Valentine.
Okay. Viola? I will play viola. Go ahead.
If the Duke continue these favors towards you, Caesario, you are like to be much advanced. He had known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
So Cesario is the name of Viola when Viola is pretending to be a man. Cesario is the name she has taken.
Original name. Okay.
No, no.
Viola is the name.
Viola is the original name. Cesario is the fake name of the fake man. Now, Valentine is the Duke's servant. So Valentine does not know that this is a man, that this is a woman, right? And Valentine says, you know, welcome, Cesario, welcome. I think that, you know, the Duke really likes you. You've only been here for 3 days and already the Duke is very warm to you. So you have a good future here with the Duke. Viola, you either fear his humor or my negligence, that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count. We need a Duke Orsino. No one?
This is me, Ahmad. I'll try Duke
Okay.
Orsino. Yeah. Okay. Who saw Cesario? Ho, ho.
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you a while aloof, Cesario. Thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her, but not denied access. Stand at her doors and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow, as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
What does it mean to be clamorous? Make some noise. Make some noise. Clamor is noise. So be clamorous, right? Viola says, you know, I don't think the woman is interested to see me, to take your message, but I'll go and talk to her. And Duke says, yeah, go there, make a big ruckus. You got to get in. You've got to go and talk to her, no matter what. Don't be shy. Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then? What do you want me to do if I can talk to her?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love, surprise her with discourse of my dear fate. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in my nuncios of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it, for they shall yet belie thy happy years. They say thou art a man, Diana's lip, it's not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right. Apart for this affair, some 4 or 5 attend him, all if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord. to call his fortune thine.
Duke Orsino is basically saying, you're a good person for this job because you have these feminine qualities. You sound like a woman, and I just think, he says, just trust me, you're the right person for this job. Viola says, I'll do my best to woo your lady. Woo means to get somebody to fall in love with them, to flirt with, to get them to love you. Woo. Okay, I'm gonna stop my share. It can be a little bit much to read the language that is not clear, and it's not for everybody. But if you get into it, it can be very deep, very rich.
I found a translation of it.
Yeah. Well, there's many things. There's what
The sentence to sentence
you found a
translation.
sentence to sentence translation.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the link. Should I
Mhm.
share it here?
You can.
So by reading this, we can understand more.
Yeah. This is what this is what teenagers do in high school when they read Shakespeare and they don't understand it. They go and they sneak, and even they had this even before the internet. Like you could go to the bookstore and there was a like a cabinet. It was called like Spark Notes, or it was something. It had a bad reputation, right? You knew that if you were going into the bookstore to buy these books, you were not doing what your English teacher was telling you to do. You were cheating on Shakespeare and reading all of the explanations, which is it's exactly what this is. You're instead of working through the Shakespearean English, you read it, you read the translation, and then you come back to class and you're like, oh yeah, no, I know exactly what Duke Orsino is saying. He's just saying that he's this, blah, 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 right? And you could tell that there would be some student in class who's like, how did they suddenly know everything about the story? Something is a little strange. That's from reading the Cliff Notes. That's what they were called, Cliff Notes.
That's what I do in my class.
Uh-huh.
Because yes, some of the Shakespeare's sonnet, or so the tough English with the poems. So I just go to the translation so that my explanation become easier.
Yeah. Well, even in some of the books, actually, some of the books, they will have that also, kind of like page for page. So you read one page of Shakespeare, and then on the opposite page there will be like translations or explanations of some of the key words.
Yeah, here we have the guidebooks like that.
That's good. What's wrong with translation? If we just leave the original Shakespeare and study translation, because the purpose is understanding the scene and what they do for me personally. So maybe it's
people have a different opinion of it. Some people think that it's cheating and you lose the experience of getting to listen to the language in its original form. And then other people would say, yeah, like you said, well, it can be like a supplement. You can go understand it, and then it makes it easier to enjoy the original.
Yeah, but the original text always has, I think, the advanced words which is an advantage.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. Or
I don't know.
after learning the translation, we can relate more easily the story, and also can learn the advanced words or expression, phrases.
It is similar to going to the opera. I don't know if you've ever been to the opera, but at the opera, they sing in Italian. And so if you don't speak Italian, and even maybe if you do, I don't know, maybe the Italian that they sing is a little bit old, or depending upon the opera that you see, it might be difficult to understand. So if you go to the opera, sometimes they will have a box either at your chair or on the stage somewhere where you can read simultaneously the subtitles of the opera. The opera is Italian. They have the same thing in Japan for no theater, N-O-H. Excuse me. If you go to see a no play, even if you speak Japanese, the Japanese is old Japanese. And for the Japanese audience, they will have subtitles.
This Myanmar, they wore samurai clothes, right? On the stage there, the play, right?
They have very fancy clothing, yeah. Actually, some of the costumes for no theater are unbelievably expensive, right? One costume may cost $100,000. Very expensive costumes. And masks. A big part of the theater, the no theater, are the masks. If you've never seen, I want to share because these masks are a big part of the show. The characters play the characters with these wooden carved masks. And actually, so speaking of masks, Greek history also, they have a culture of theater, and some of the words for the psychology words come from the words of the characters or the parts that you play in the Greek theater. So like persona, I believe, is a word that originally meant this. Yeah, what is the persona? Well, you know what a persona is in modern English, right? It's the
Personality.
Your personality, right? The persona was the mask worn by the character in the Greek play, and yeah, their masks also were very these large masks that to depict the archetypal characters. Anyway, I stopped because I wanted to end in the next at 11 o'clock in 12 minutes. And I wanted to give us some time to just wrap up and close cleanly in some time.
Well, for me, Mr. Green, reading the ancient language of English is really fun, actually. What I saw recently, this one character, he said, "What's Viola?" I think he meant, and now we say, "Who's Viola?" Right? But recently I saw there at the screen, it says, "What's Viola?" And then the other character explained, Viola is a tall, short, beautiful kind of girl. I mean, the language is so different, It's like a literal translation, something like that.
Well, it's true. It's different, and it's not ancient. It's definitely not ancient. This English is just a few hundred years old, right? And there are stages of English. Obviously, the language changes over time, right? So there is modern English. Then 400 years ago, there's your Shakespearean English. Then before that, you have Middle English. And we don't study Middle English as much, but people do read books in Middle English or try to and work through it. And then there's Old English. Old English is like 1,000 years ago. So there's 400 years ago, 700 years ago, 1,000. So it's like every 300 years or 400 years, the language has changed so much that it's almost a different language. And then once you go back beyond Old English, there is 1,500 years ago, it's called Germanic. And then 2,000 years ago, it's Proto-Germanic. So they study the history. You could study and sample the different versions of English, and we could do that. That's what somebody who studies historical linguistics will compare. How is Old English different than Middle English? How is Middle English different than Shakespearean English? Shakespearean English is going to be the easiest for us to read. It's going to be the most similar to modern. And so, like you said, you're going to recognize, oh, this is not how they say things, but I kind of know what they mean. You'll be able to just get a sense of what they mean. The older the English, the less so. The more it's going to be like a completely foreign language.
So do you have any plans, sorry, to continue this class? So I will go for translation too before, or for original Shakespeare language to get familiar, because we don't study this language in our high school or university, and my major wasn't literature, so it's different from linguistics. I never studied this language in university. So if you wanna have this class, so it's better to have a look on this kind of.
So we could do more of Shakespeare in English. My sense, though, is that what would be nice would be to do a sampling of different dramas. So the I mean, I haven't chosen one, but I would love to do what we were doing today with a modern play, where we read a modern play with modern English. I think for our purposes and for the level of the class and for a lot of the students here, probably better to do a modern play. I think it's fine and fun that we got to do a little bit of a sampling of the Shakespearean English, but I think it might slow us down quite a bit. So, but for a modern play, right, the language is going to be, there's still going to be plenty of things to talk about and look at language wise, and it'll be more accessible and more, I think it'll be more useful just for our purposes.
Language will be easier than this.
Oh yeah, much easier.
Yeah, so and then I mean, people want to participate then also, because sometimes people do not understand, they get bored. So I think
yeah.
And another benefit that by doing the drama and listening from you, almost it's like reading the novel, reading the drama.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think if we act a drama out, if we read it out, it is good to read it on your own and then to read it together.
Yeah, reading and then acting on it.
Yeah,
will be better.
Then you get to know a little bit because the first time you read it through, you don't really know the story, you don't know the character. When you read it through multiple times, you're then able to
relate it.
Relate to it more, you get more out of it. You know, some English teachers who teach literature, they read a story 20, 30, 40 times. And I see, Alyssa, you're making a suggestion for a play, is that right? You're interested in reading The Importance of Being Earnest?
That's me play.
Can't say it again?
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm suggesting that we do that play because it's a comedy, but it also teaches something, the importance of being earnest.
Have you read it before?
Yes, I actually I actually joined a play also, and I played one of the characters there.
Great. Would you like to give us a synopsis of what the story is about?
Okay, so there is this guy. His name is Ernest, and he falls deeply in love with this woman. But this woman doesn't like the name Ernest because he likes. Oh wait, the woman loves the name Ernest. Okay, hold on. No, I'm sorry because it's been a long time. So there's this guy. His name is not Ernest, and he falls in love with this woman, who only falls in love with a guy whose name is Ernest. No other name aside from Ernest. So this guy wants to date this girl. So he just used the name Ernest. So that's his plan to get this girl. And in the end, it turns out it's crazy, and the ending. I don't want to spoil, but it turned out right.
Great. I think that the play, The Importance of Being Earnest, is a really good one to start with. It's Oscar Wilde, and it's very well known, and it's short. I believe it's short.
It's around 2 hours in total.
I may have made a mistake. It may be longer than I think, but it's still okay. Okay. Surprises and learnings,
Love it.
satisfactions. Huh?
Fully satisfied, and I enjoyed a lot. I'm really happy.
Me too. I also satisfied with this class. Really enjoyable. I prefer this kind of class actually, rather than joining and then the topic go to different directions. Everyone has his own idea, and it's boring. For my own class, I stopped grammar class, then come to open conversation, then still I'm not satisfied with my classes because it's not a certain topic class. I don't enjoy myself by my class. So, but this kind of class that we study a book or literature or whatever, a lecture, I can focus more. Personally, I'm more satisfied and happy with this kind of classes. Thank you.
Any other surprises, learnings? Yeah.
No, I was just saying, like, yeah, after doing the reading and doing the drama, we can discuss on the characters also. Then we can have some our own opinions about the drama. Love. I'm really excited.
Great.
I'm surprised why all the literature in the world is just focused on love, not other feelings. What is in love that it's so important? And the literature
Not
just
only
turning
love,
around love.
you know,
Mostly
not
if
only
they
love,
are two
assassination.
boy and girl, they love. Everybody likes it and everyone enjoy it. These love stories, mostly
Yeah.
it's love, but yes, others.
There is a lot.
Murder
There
and
are
love.
there are a lot of love stories. There are other stories, it's true, but love takes up a big chunk.
Mm.
Okay, well, it was nice to see all of you again, and enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you soon. We'll end here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Have a great
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.